Nice.
Tatlong anak, no? So, meron po ako isang anak na lalaki dito. It's played by Marco. Kasama ko rin po dito si Erica at si Althea, no? So, ang character ko po dito, kami ang nagbabantay sa tahanan kung saan bibisita po sina Miss Iza at syempre, subukan nilang ibenta, no? My role really is a probinsyana. So you're typical, the one who takes care of the home, lalo na yung mga ancestral homes, sa mga estates, sa mga iba't ibang lugar natin. Marami yan dito sa Pilipinas, di ba, na hindi na nila ibinenta. They really want the family to have it. No? So kami po ang nagbabantay dyan. But yung character ko kasi kasama ng aking mga anak, kami yung pamilya na nag-aalaga na sa lahat ng mga sikreto ng tahanan na yun. Lahat ng mga pinagdaanan ng tahanan na yon, maaaring si Lydia, doon na siya din lumaki. Maaaring din magulang niya ang nandun na dati. No? We didn't tackle that. But siguro hanggang doon lang yung pwede kong sabihin with my character. Since the movie is, of course, a story about how it unfolds over time habang pinapanood ninyo. Ang masasabi ko lang siguro doon sa natutunan ko sa character ko ay may mga bagay pala talaga na akala mo hindi mo kayang tawarin, pero matatawid mo dahil sa pagmamahal mo sa mga anak mo. So, ang character ko kasi dito, tatlo yung anak. Medyo nakarelate ako kasi tatlo din po yung aking mga anak, no? Ang pagtitimbang sa iba't ibang personalidad ng mga anak mo, iba't ibang mga karakter nila. Because dito, magkakaiba ng character also yung aking mga anak. May isang outspoken, may isang very childlike, at merong isa namang very authoritative, no? So, ang natutunan ko ay may mga pagkakataon talaga na bilang ina, mapapatimbang ka kung saan mo makikita ang tama at mali. At meron nga bang ganoon pagdating sa pagmamahal ng isang ina sa kanyang anak?
Ano nga ba
Ang
ang
hirap
tama
pala.
at mali?
Ang hirap pala.
Actually,
Ivan, ang hirap palang ikwento nung Lydia.
I think you did it well.
Thank you.
So, hello, good morning. For the caretakers, ako naman po si Audrey, a mother of two. Kaya ko to. Si Agatha at saka si Ashley kasi yung pumapasok sa isip ko eh. Ano nga pangalan ng anak ko? Ali, there, sorry, because she also has A. Because I always remember us as the triple A's. So I play Audrey. So again, sa pelikulang Caretakers po, I play the role of Audrey. At ang panganay ko dito ay si Ali, played by Ashley Sarmiento. At ang aking anak ay pangalawang anak ay si Agatha na si Erin. So dito I am a cosmopolitan woman. Wow, hindi. Ibig sabihin lang po galing sa syudad.
Google mo. Google ko nga yun. Teka lang ha.
Hindi. So, I'm a city dweller. Isa po akong nanay na full-time homemaker. And the movie starts off na papunta kami sa isang lugar, kasama ko ang mga anak ko. At makikita natin na may pupuntahan kaming bahay. At ang hirap ikwento. But basically, I am a mother who is trying to secure the future of her kids, no? And I have a rebellious teen. Yeah. Ashley naman plays about mga 16 here, di ba? Kaka-18 niya lang kasi, so parang inisip ko ano ba yung age niya dito. I think mga 16 siya dito. Very rebellious. Maka-daddy. And then meron naman akong si Ali na medyo sakitin. So yung inaalagaan mo, no? Tinitimpla mo na ngayon. But at the same time, meron siyang pagsubok na pinagdadaanan na gusto niyang hindi ipakita sa mga anak niya. So she comes across as a very on the edge, pero hindi mo naiintindihan anong pinagdadaanan nito. And you don't know what is her intention. Why is she going to the house? So yan ang mga matutuklasan ninyo. Sila, pamilya ng asawa niya, ang may-ari ng lupa, ng tahanan. Pero dito sa pelikulang ito, magkakaalaman sino ba ang tunay na nagmamay-ari at may karapatan sa bahay at lupang ito.
siguro tanong ko lang yung horror acting.
Horror acting.
Yeah.
Walling. Char lang.
O kasi di ba parang very critical yung horror acting kasi pwedeng maging B-movie horror acting na yun nga, may walling. Ay, mga parang yun yung mga stereotypes. Pero mas mahirap ba yung horror acting compared to drama acting?
Please go ahead.
Ako kasi po, parang overtime naman in the span of almost, kasi nilaunch ako ng Star Magic sa March 9, kami nila Ate Nikki, nila Kuya Jericho, magto-28 years na kami.
Ate?
Oo, hindi
Ate
ko na, Ate Nikki
Valdez?
Yes,
Ate?
magka-batch kami. Oo.
Kano makalaki yung batch? Ang gap nyo.
Si Ate. So, ano ko
Eh,
siya?
ate mo din ba ako?
Hindi. So, alam mo, totoo yun na parang pag siguro
Kasi
nag-start
nauna
ako
siya eh.
12. Tsaka si Ate, I think mga 4 or 5 years my senior.
Parang Juday
So,
sa akin.
yes. Oo. So, sa mga panahon na yun, lumaki kasi ako na I was doing a lot of drama roles, but I was also doing a lot of horror films, no? With sina Direk Chito, sina Direk Gerald, I did plenty, no? At that time kasi, tama po kayo, magandang observation yun, na sa horror talaga, ako naniniwala ako at sa training na kinalakihan ko sa mga veteranong director at sa mga artista rin pong nakasama ko, na ang horror acting is really more what you do not give more than what you give, no? Kasi mahirap din yung pag pinanood mo na napuput off ka kasi napapangunahan yung takot mo. So, ang goal talaga is really mauna silang matakot bago mauna kang matakot. Eh, ako naman po, sa character ko dito, that wasn't really a concern of mine because ang acting na ni-require sa akin dito ay mas subtle, mas subdued.
Very, I
Actually,
love it actually.
mas easy.
I love Lydia's character.
Very, very nice. I think ang maganda sa kanya is that my goal as an actor was really, pag nanonood ka, gusto ko hindi mo malalaman kung ano yung ibinibigay ko. So, kailangan hindi mo naiintindihan kung bakit gano'n ang itsura niya. Because I am one of the characters that actually cannot be read. So, I like
But
doing
wears red,
characters
charot.
like that. But wears red. Pero mas gano'n yung sa akin. So, hindi ko po masyadong naging concern yon.
Okay, thank you. That's a very interesting question. I always, when you said horror acting, I mean, one of my first films, 2004, was Sigaw. And yes, it's a horror film, but it always, I think in everything that you do, we always try to just play for truth, whatever genre it is. It's hard sometimes kasi you overcomplicate things in your head. But I always like to just go for sometimes as simple as possible. But you know, like my character here, she's more frantic and ganyan, so I have to deliver. Parang you just deliver what the role requires. And for me, kasi that when you play for truth, everything else just follows. Kasi ang horror naman, yeah, there is the frightening and sometimes ikaw yung I'm sure we've both played these roles na ikaw yung nananakot,
Yes.
minsan ikaw ang tinatakot, for whatever reasons. But I think it's really the story and na nagdadala nun. A big part of it is the shots. And the scoring is very important when telling the story, editing and scoring when it comes to any film, but especially sa horror. Napaka-crucial. So, yan ang nagdadala talaga ng kwento. So, in terms of my acting, I always just like to do what is true to my character, what the scene requires from me, and what meron din tayong flow state na what is happening that is beyond our control kasi you can prepare so much, you can know your lines, but things happen and that is the surrender of an actor.
Pero focus na siya, ayun po, sa face, it uses a lot of facial expressions. Diba?
Oh, yes. But again, that's the truth. Because when your character needs to have fear, it has to be shown in your eyes. if you are instilling fear in another person, then it has to be again shown in your eyes and in your facial expressions. And it really will depend on what the story requires of you. The scene, the story. And sometimes the director will have specific notes for you. Yeah. So, ewan ko ba, lagi kong iniisip, sabi nga, horror na naman. Horrifying ba
I can
ako?
watch horror every day. I can do that I'm that kind of person. Yung gusto kong tinatakot yung sarili ko.
Ewan ko kung
Gusto
horror.
ko yan.
Gusto ko kasi crime. Pero, true crime ako eh. Pero, yun nga, lagi ako, natatakutin talaga ako. Sobra. Kaya yung, pinapanood ko nga kagabi, kami ni Ben, si Ben din matatakutin ha. Nakakatawa kami kagabi nung pinapanood namin tong film. Pero yun lang, parang, ang inaano ko lang lagi is, I think we just, depends on the role. Yung sa kanya kasi kailangan talaga may air of mystery. So, it really depends on what the role requires of you.
You have so much in common, both mothers,
Yes.
as women. How was your working relationship?
Very good
saya-saya.
question. Thank you.
Masaya. Kasi,
Yung daming parallelisms. Madami ding pagkakaiba, pero nakakatawa. Kaya I always love this story nung nung nag-storycon kami. Ayan, si Dimples. Daldal din niya. Alam ko naman na yun kasi several times we've seen each other social occasions or mga work occasions, pero hindi yung shooting. Lagi kami chikahan. And then ito na, storycon kami, naglabas 3 tumbler. Magkatapat kami, tawa ako ng tawa. Sabi ko, oh my gosh. We're like, obviously the same age. Yung may mga rituales na kailangan may isang tumbler sa tsaa, may isang tumbler sa tubig, may isang... And I just found it so like mirroring ba. But at the same time, there are so many commonalities, but also so many differences in life experience, in stages of life. She has 3 kids. I have just started. Pag she began motherhood so early, I began naman a little, well, actually, quite late. So, even in terms of career, but we've been here for a long time. And she's a very business-minded woman. Ako naman, advocacy-driven. So, pa yung pera. But there's so much to learn from one another.
Baka naman akalain naman.
Dahil
Ikaw
pera.
Hindi.
Hindi. Tapos, there's so much to learn from each other, I feel. Oo. So, yun.
Ako natuwa ako talaga. It's quite humbling to be with somebody that you actually adore even from afar, no? Kami naman ng mga artista, hindi naman porket nakatrabaho mo, yun lang ang ina-adore mo, di ba? Meron din from afar na, ba't lagi kang may question sa sarili mo? Ba't kaya hindi nagtatagpo yung sa amin? And Caretakers is actually a perfect time, no? Naniniwala talaga ako all in God's perfect timing. Hindi ka talaga pwedeng magpilit ng bagay na hindi pa para sa'yo. And just like what Isa was saying, no? Na magkaiba, yet so similar. Ang pinaka gusto ko siguro sa relationship namin ni Isa is that we don't necessarily have to see each other all the time to give each other warmth. Kasi lagi naman kami nakikita eh.
Tsaka even before, well, I remember I would message you certain
Ganun lang. Kasi
moments
nga
in
feeling
time.
ko, there was always yearning to work with one another. And my most favorite is that, very generous in terms of kwento, but also very generous in terms of respect. At napaka-importante nun para sa
Kailangan.
First time
Basic yun.
Nang mahaba po.
Nang mahaba. Because we worked together in a TV series kila Julia Enchong,
Yeah.
Young Susan Roses, Young Pilar Pilapil. Oo.
So this is the first film.
First film,
First
yes.
film, yes.
Anong difference ng horror film na to sa ibang ginawa ninyo? At saka
Ganda.
ano yung eco-horror na sinasabi?
Yeah. Eco-horror, folk horror din to,
Yes.
eco-horror. Naku, na to, very specific genre. Eco kasi Mother Earth, nature, it tackles a lot about land, nature, the force, the environment, the force of nature, of Mother Earth, no? Folk horror, medyo, naman tayo dyan, mga shake rattle natin ay quite folk horror, di ba? Wala po tayong manananggal dito naman. Iba naman siya. Ibang klaseng horror ang dala nito. Ano ang kaibahan nito? it's my first time to do a horror film. Personally lang kasi syempre, I haven't seen all the horror films that the Philippines has produced. But for me, yung sentro talaga yung kwento ng mga nanay. For me, sa lahat ng nagawa ko. So, yun, just to say it.
Oo. Ako siguro, ang kaibahan nito para sa akin, ang tahimik niya. It's a very quiet film.
A quiet
Very,
place. Charot.
very, very timely. Kasi alam mo naman ngayon, sa buhay natin, minsan mas gusto ko na nga lang nakapatay yung radyo ko kaysa nakabukas pag nagmamaneho ako. Kasi feeling ko ang ingay-ingay na ng mundo.
Yeah.
At sabi talaga ng tatay ko sa akin, kung gusto mong marinig ang sinasabi ng puso mo at ng mga tao sa paligid mo, kailangan mong manahimik. And I think this film really depicts a lot about being quiet, but also being loud in that silence, no? Hindi porket tahimik ka, ay hindi ka nakakapagbigay ng ekspresyon ng sarili mo. Hindi lahat ng bagay na pinaglalaban natin ay nakukuha sa salita. No? Sa gawa din. Sa araw-araw na pagmamahal, sa araw-araw na pagbibigay, at sa araw-araw na pakikipaglaban, we have to remember that there are some battles that you don't battle with words alone. Ang pagiging maingay, dapat talaga you stop.
Can be words,
Take
but
a moment.
yeah,
Oo.
just
Ako talaga, take a moment and check. Ano bang nangyayari sa paligid ko? Minsan kasi sobrang ingay na ayaw mo nang pakinggan. And this film, ang bago sa kanya at kakaiba is tahimik siya. Mapapapigil ka at iisipin mo, anong sinasabi ng pelikula na to sa akin? It's very personal. It's a very personal film. In fact, yung interpretation mo at Kate might be different from yours. Ang ganda niya eh. Magkakaroon ka ng liberty at binibigyan ka niya ng pagkakataon na magkaroon ng ibang interpretasyon kapag pinanood mo to.
So it's really important to follow the story when you watch this film. We've seen half of it. It's a cinema experience because the scoring is phenomenal, and you really have to watch it on the big screen kasi there are details that you will really. I have quite a big television. Thank you to LG. Thank you. But still, even with that, like, I was just imagining it na, kasi then I watched some of it on my iPad pa. Iba, yung palaki ng palaki, kailangan malaking screen ito.
Yeah.
Kasi nga tahimik.
Tahimik siya.
But when you
Ganda.
say tahimik, hindi naman yung wala ka marinig, ha?
Yeah.
You know, the climax, it'll get louder at the end. Until, but not, I understand what Dimples is saying na, you really have to have silence. But this one, of course, is not a silent film, but it will hopefully make you yearn for that silence after, to pause and reflect on what am I doing, how can I do better as a mother or as a caretaker of this world.
Thank you.
Pwede pa ba? Pinakamahirap na eksena dito, either in terms of preparation for being in character in doing the horror scenes, or mismo sa eksena mismo.
Ako meron ako.
Yes.
Hindi siya yung doing horror scenes. Sorry producer within EGL law naman yung nangyari. It's hard to do nighttime scenes na yung baliktad ang araw. It's really hard physically. Actually, while we were doing this, I got bronchitis and then pneumonia. Because not just because of this film, we were also moving homes, but physically it's taxing for me at this stage. Kasi ganun pala pag nanay, gigising ka ng umaga, hindi ka naman hanggang madaling araw tuloy. Kasi we were working within the Eddie Garcia law time frame, pero masakit na sa katawan yung okay lang po yan. Buhay po yung phone ko. No, wag kayong mag-alala. We'll get it later. Don't worry. No, it's really just physically taxing. Okay lang, Ivan, para wala ka sa shot. Thank you. Diyan na lang. Thank you. Kaya, thanks. It's just physically demanding. horror is a tough genre to shoot, ha? Kasi mahirap ang ilawan yan, mahirap ang emosyon, because a lot of it is heightened emotions. But it's also mahirap din timplahin kasi yung quiet moments. Timplahin ang arko ng kailan ka ba iiyak ng todo, kailan ka matatakot ng ganito, kailan mo ibibigay. So I think always naman sa isang pelikula, especially kasi unlike theater, where you get the full experience from start to finish, you know exactly how your arc is gonna go. And sometimes here, even if you try to plan your character arc, because it's not shot linear, that's my always with TV and film na parang because it's not shot linear. But we tried our best to go as linear as possible with this film. Yun yung laging yung timplahan. Oo, 'di ba?
Ako siguro sa akin, ang pinaka-struggle was the silong. No? Kasi we had to shoot in a real silong. No? Silong po talaga. And
Ako
alam
naman
naman
hindi.
natin maraming mga kwento sa silong, no? Bukod sa nanakit yung balakang ko dahil lang niya. So, paano kaya sila nagkakasya dito? Ano ba ito? Pero kasi
I treated it as an exercise, so maybe that's why I did.
Mama, mas fit ka kasi sa akin. Ako talaga, pag ganun ko, it takes 5 seconds bago ko i-ganon dahil baka pumutok yung likod ko. But kidding aside, I think just the aspect of the silong alone, at dahil yung karakter ko nga ay si Lydia, ako kasi medyo everything to me is energy. So, pag pumapasok ako ng bahay, ako yung tipong nagtatabi-tabi.
Uy, ako din Ako din naniniwala
Ako
talaga.
yung tipo na nagpapasintabi.
Oo.
Na, ay, pasensya na po, makikidaan mo na kami. So, nung sinushoot namin ito, katakot-takot na dasal yung ginagawa ko. Kasi,
Yes.
of course, hindi naman, naniniwala talaga akong hindi lang kami ang nandoon. Matanda na yung bahay na yun, no?
At yung
marami
mga
nang
surrounding na
pinagdaanan.
bahay kung saan tayo nagsistay.
So talagang yun yung pinaka-biggest struggle for me was just the management of the energy because we were shooting a horror film and we were very acknowledging that of course, this is a story of the surrounding. It's not just a mother story, but the environment. And we were at the very core of a place where things could move anytime. At hindi naman siya, no, I'd like to think hindi siya horror house, but it is a very...
Ewan ko, wala. Tsaka kasi mas malakas sa mga pakiramdam
Oo.
niya.
So ako talaga, there were times where I would be quiet and I'd really be, because I wanted to pay respect to the real caretakers of the home.
Ako lagi kong, actually, any project, I always ask for a prayer to start with. Pero especially yung mga ganito, horror, I always ask na let's please, lalo na pag may mga entities yun pa, ito nga elementals. So, I always ask for prayer. Ikaw mag-personal prayer, iba pa yun sa company prayer.
To wrap up po, si Iza po ang last question natin.
Iza to Iza.
Oo nga, Iza.
Hi, dalawa.
Dalawa na.
Tsaka nung floppy. Joke, luma. Oo.
We've been talking about yung acting experience niyo po, but in this film kasi puro mga bagets.
Like us. Yeah, of course. I didn't even flinch when I said that.
Ayun po. So, ano yung nakikita nyo na positive sa mga kasama nyo dito na youngsters? And in general, ano yung napapansin nyo with the young talents?
I'd like to give a few anecdotes, if I may. I know this is going to be a little Ivan. I was very impressed with my fellow co-actors. Young as they are, they're already very passionate about their work. And I say this kasi ang anak ko dito si Ashley at saka si Erin. Pero I also observed Erica, Althea. Si Althea nga yung pinakasiguro hindi ko nakabanding kasi lagi siyang ibang eksena kasi nga lagi siyang in her own world. Hindi kasi hindi ko siya masyadong laging kasama sa eksena. And Marco. So lahat yan na-observe ko sila. May depth as actors or as human beings. They're very curious to talk. They were very eager to learn I just my personal anecdote, I was preparing for a play when we were doing this. So I was memorizing my lines. And then, ginawa ko parang nag-ano kami, we were throwing lines. I said, can you help me? Because I'm memorizing. And they were so, excited. And I could sense na, because it's something new for them, parang, yung ganyan. So these are kids that are artists. Not just in it for, obviously, we make money. You know, this is a good way to make a living. Hanap buhay ito. Pero sa palagay ko, binibigyan din buhay ang mga batang ito ng kanilang craft. Kasi they seem very passionate. Of course, Erin was the youngest. But still, I'm watching her in a film. Sabi ko, iba din talaga pag bata, yung wala pang kanto, wala pang training, yung ro na ro. Ganda. But everybody, all the kids are so good. Including, not just the kids. We have 2 newcomers on the silver screen. We have Inka, and Magnay, and Jake Taylor. Ang galing din nila. So, I mean, we have seasoned actors. Nor Maggie. I mean, we have us who have been around for quite some time and have learned so much from also our fellow actors. But I'm learning also so much from the young ones. And it's nice kasi talagang nakikita ko yung puso nila, yung nasa trabaho nila.
Oo. Ako siguro sa mga bata, for Erin, Ashley, Marco, Erica, and Althea, bukod sa mga nasabi ni Iza, nakita ko na masunurin sila. Marunong silang makinig. Ako kasi sanay ako na nagluluwal ng bata sa TV screens.
Akala ko sa buhay. Oo, nakatatlo ka na nga.
Hindi, tsaka bukod doon, like, diba, the likes of sina Kat, sina Jules, sina Blythe, sina Francine, all these children, si Jan, lahat to inanak ko. Nung mga nilolaunch sila, kadalasan nanay nila ako. So parang naging kasanayan yun.
Blythe also is my child.
So naging kasanayan yun. Kaya ako, nagminamanage ko expectation ko, nagiging mas observant ako than preachy. I don't ever want to be somebody na kahit na mas matanda na kami or mas veterano kami, magsasalita ako ng hindi nila hinihingi. But these kids ask questions. And yung lagi ko natututunan kay Tita Vilma dati ay yung mga tao daw na continuous gustong matuto ay yung mga taong nagtatagal sa industriyang ito. Mga taong marunong makisama, may respeto sa oras ng iba, marunong tumahimik, marunong itigil ang laro pagka hindi na pwedeng maglaro. Kasi at the end of the day, this industry might be fun, glitz and glamour, but it's still a business, no? We have to make sure that we play our roles very well, not just the character, but also, kung artista ka dito. And we give much respect, and in the same way, sila din. Alam mo, may time yan na pakap na sila, ayaw pang magsi-uwian kasi umupo pa't nakikipagtsikahan pa sa akin. Sabi, Mama, so what do you do? Pag ganito po, ganito, ganyan. At ako naman, na-enjoy kong kwento kasi alam niyo kung bakit lumaki ako na ang kasama ko, si Tita Vilma, si Tito Boy, Tito Tirso, si Miss Cherie, si Tita Jane, lahat sila. Naging nanay at tatay ko. At yung mga yun, tuwing may tanong ako, itumitigil ang buong mundo para masagot nila. And this is my way of paying it forward.
Yes.
Kasi ito na yung pagkakataon na pwede ko nang i-share. Sa akin ba galing yung mga sinasabi ko? Naku, wala naman akong alam dun. Kung hindi galing din sa mga nauna sa atin. So when we work with children who are as passionate and as professional as all these 5 and also Inka and Jake, no? Napapaalalahanan tayo na ang industriyang ito ay binubuhay ng henerasyon at henerasyon ng mga artista na continually nagkakaroon ng respeto sa isa't isa.
So, Rewas, you were saying that Tita Gloria Romero just popped into my head. Na parang ganun eh. Always so gracious and generous and when you ask questions. Ang dami nila, not just her. And it's truly paying it forward, which really means we're at that age when we're already paying it forward. And you know what? We embrace it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, okay naman lang. Thank you so much! Thank you! Batang sa ate.
Ngayon lang.